Welcome, everybody, to the 50th episode of the Take Aim Gamescast. I'm your host, Scott Mills, the Microsoft slash PC expert, and I am joined on Discord. We're doing this remote today by Brett Wolf, the PlayStation expert.
What's up, guys? Long time no see.
That's right. It's been a little while, but we always get up for the Game Awards because we know that you guys love the Game Awards too. I'm also joined by the Nintendo expert and the expert of a little bit of everything, and sometimes newsman, and sometimes does trivia stuff too. It's Eric King.
Hey guys.
Hey, so what we're gonna be talking about, you guys should be able to see my screen that I'm sharing. We're gonna be going over our picks, what we think is gonna win for the Game of the Year awards. I guess for all the different categories at the Game Awards show, which is gonna be Thursday night. We're doing this on Wednesday night, and hopefully I'll be able to get it posted out here tonight so people can watch throughout the day on Thursday that want to. And then, or you can watch it after the fact and see if we got our picks right for what we thought was going to happen. So when we're making our picks, we should pick what we think is going to win at the Game Award, what we think the critics think is going to win, not what we think should win based on what we played if we played these games. Does that make sense? Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Game of the Year awards. The Game of the Year is going to be the first category we go over. It's the first one on the screen. We've got our nominees were Astrobot for PlayStation exclusive. So Brett, the PlayStation expert, is going to be happy about that one. Then we've got Balatro. I don't know, did any of you guys play Balatro?
I have not. It's a card game, right?
Yes, I did play it.
I haven't played it.
Eric, how about you? No?
No,
I played it and I really liked it. And I know a lot of the critical places really liked it too. And it's very addictive game too. I'll talk about that a little bit later when we go over, our own top fives later. Not a spoiler, maybe a little spoiler, but okay. Then there's Black Myth Wukong. I did not play that one. I don't know if any of you guys played that one.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Then we have Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, the I guess divisive, controversial choice to be
Wait,
because it's a
Game of the
DLC.
That's why Scott wanted to include it in his top 5. Because it's included in the Game of the Year by Jeff Keighley.
Okay, and what's the last one?
There's two more. There's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then there was Metaphor ReFantasio. So,
A lot under the radar games for this Game of the Year this year.
under the
Are
radar.
they under the radar?
I don't know. I've never heard of two of them.
You ever heard of Metaphor Fantasio?
Uh-uh.
It's like a Persona. It's made by Team Atlas.
Yeah,
No, what was the other one? The card game?
yeah, Balatro.
Yeah. Oh, Jared's here.
Yes, hello,
Are you
Jared.
leaning
Jared has
against, like, a
joined
wall?
us. He did join.
I'm sitting on my bed up against the wall, yeah.
Yeah. So
I guess
hello,
I could have been
Jared.
in the living room,
the
how's it going?
our most popular guest
The
that
wall
comes on
expert.
the Take Aim
I'm
Gamescast.
the wall expert. The bad lighting expert.
So
All right, go ahead, Scott.
I picked Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think it's gonna take it.
Yeah, I didn't actually vote, but that would have had my vote.
That would have had your vote.
It would have had my vote, yeah.
I just think
Go ahead,
the
Jared.
production value was so top notch. I think that was the one that I think will win. Even though there were some issues people had with the open world sequences, I still think that the critics
Yeah,
will
I thought-
have
I
mostly
thought it was a
voted
little-
this, and it'll take the Game
That was
Awards.
a little side quest heavy, but
Yes.
I still enjoyed it though, but
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked like the first one a little better, just because it was a lot more streamlined. This one's a little too much side quest for me. But
But I do think
still get my game of the year though.
Astrobot and Balatro have real shots as well.
Go ahead,
Got it.
Eric.
Yeah,
What are
my
your
bad.
thoughts?
I don't know. Of the ones, I feel like probably Final Fantasy VII. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that
So,
was going to take it.
so I have no problem with Rebirth winning it. I did beat it. I think I vote for Astrobot though.
Yeah. That makes sense. Astrobot was very
Um,
good.
I really liked it coming from like not like left field, but I think it really solidified like Astrobot as like a PlayStation mascot. I thought the platforming and all the different levels, and I think it has a lot of replayability, which I don't know Rebirth really had, because it's like to Eric's point, it's a very open world and there's a lot to do. Even though I loved Rebirth too, so I have no problem with either of those two games winning it. And I like Shadow of the Earth Tree too, but I couldn't see in my heart to put a DLC in Game of the Year.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. That all makes sense.
I heard good things about all the other games, but those are just the ones that I played. So I can comment on the other ones I didn't play.
Yeah. Yeah, I played Astrobot, Balatro, Elden Ring, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Didn't get a chance for Metaphor or Black Myth Wukong. Um, but yeah, they were all very good games. So definitely up there. Okay, let's go on to some of our other categories here, and we'll try to go through these other categories a little bit quicker. We'll just kind of say what the games are. A lot of them are repeat games.
They
Literally,
are, and
yeah, best game
I also want to jump
direction
in quick.
is the same 6 games.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of like. It's hard to differentiate between all these different categories. I feel like I don't know. It just gets very nitpicky and like I
Yeah.
don't know. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry. This
No,
my
it's
frustration with
good.
all the different categories.
Right. Because best game direction, it's the same 6 games as the game of the year. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden
Yeah.
Ring, Final Fantasy VII. Um, and it's just creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Whatever that means. So I picked Balatro there.
Now see, I picked Rebirth for that
Okay.
category.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good one because it did expand on remake by doing the open world stuff more than where remake had the chapters where it was a little bit more linear, and they really opened it up in Rebirth. So it definitely had that. But Balatro was just so different, and I feel like its actual design was just very addictive, and so that's why I picked it.
And I just
Okay.
like being able to grab Tifa's boob on my date. Scott, you missed out on
That's very
your era
creative.
state.
No, I
That's
ended up
very
getting
creative.
red 13. I wanted
Yeah, you got
Aerith.
Red 13.
I wanted Aerith,
Yeah.
and then I messed it up, and I ended up getting red 13. It was just licking like Cloud's face.
What was he
What
licking,
was
Scott?
Cloud's
Sorry.
face.
Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead,
Okay.
Eric. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna ask what were we talking about? Best game direction?
Yeah,
I'm
best
trying
game
to like,
direction.
follow along. Okay. It's all the same nominees for that one.
Yeah, it was the same ones. Yep. All right. Uh, if there's nobody else on that one with comments, we'll go on to best narrative. So this one was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth made it into this one. Metaphor Fantasio. Hellblade 2. This might be the only category for Hellblade 2. I don't know, maybe not. But Silent Hill 2. So best narrative. For you guys who are playing Silent Hill 2, Jared, would you say Silent Hill 2's narrative was better than? Do you think it probably was
No.
better than any of these other games?
See, with this one, I mean, this is the one I voted for. Yeah, I voted for Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
The only thing is, as far as like judging the other games' narratives, I feel like I would have to have played them. Um, so I can't really say for sure if it's better. I know that I would probably pick it, but again, that's from me being a fan of that game and that that
Yeah.
story from the original release. So I am like very biased on that. So I would say yeah, but again, that's with my own personal biases on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd vote Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. That's the only game I
Final
played in this
Fantasy.
category. So
That's what I went with as well.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay. And for me, the only two I played were Final Fantasy VII, and I did play Hellblade 2. I'm not really sure why Hellblade 2's narrative is on here. Like, I guess because I mean, the game does have a narrative, but I didn't really feel like the story was super strong. Like, it was more the visuals and I guess the themes that it was going for. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The story they were going with and the expanded story from the original. So that's why I picked that one. So best art direction. There's Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree, Metaphor Fantasio, and Neva, which I did not play Neva. But
This
yeah,
one
the
was
art
art
looks pretty
yeah,
good.
direction.
yeah,
Wait,
art
what was art
direction.
direction?
Yeah, this is art
Yeah,
direction.
I don't even
Neva's
know if I
art looks
voted
pretty
for this one.
good.
I voted for Rebirth.
A Rebirth was not up for art direction.
Oh, sorry. I aim on that.
That's the one
Oh
it wasn't.
shit!
Elden Ring
What was
was
the
up
game
for it.
again?
Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Metaphor Fantasio, and Neva.
I think I did vote for Elden Ring.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I did too.
I probably would have voted Neva. That art looks like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a cool like wolf with antlers coming out of
Good
it.
cover
It
art.
looks pretty cool.
And that game cover, man, looks sweet.
I went
That's gonna
with
win.
Black Myth
Directed
Wukong
that cover art was the shit.
because
Yeah, it's fucking best art direction. I like that cover art.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean,
yeah. All right.
All right, what's next?
Next, best score in music. We're just gonna give it to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then we'll move on. No, but also Astrobot was up for it. Metaphor Fantasio, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade.
You played Stellar Blade, didn't you, Jared?
I did. I don't know if I would
How
say it
was
had
the
the best.
music?
What was it like? The music, like the score.
Yeah, score and music. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I would say that it had the best. I didn't hear the music in Final Fantasy VII, but I know that they've always had really
It was
really
pretty
good music in
It
those
was pretty
games.
good.
Usually the soundtracks are pretty held up pretty highly, I would say.
Yeah.
But I'd say the same for the Silent Hill series.
Yeah.
I personally voted for Silent Hill 2 on this one. As far as which one I think is going to win, I would say it's either between Rebirth or Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
I couldn't say which one, though.
What kind of music does Astrobot have in it? I imagine it's like arcade.
It's fun.
Like
Yeah, it's like
beats and
arcadey,
boots
upbeat,
Yeah.
kind of robotic sounding type of music.
Yeah.
It fits the theme very well,
EDM.
and it is catchy music a lot of the time. So it's definitely very good. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
Final
I
Fantasy
vote
VII.
for Rebirth.
It's just
Yeah.
the orchestral and the production value of their musical scores is amazing. So
I don't disagree.
okay, next category was audio design. So I guess just recognizing best in game audio and sound design. So not necessarily music, but this one was Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
I think I vote for Silent Hill too. I didn't even play it.
I vote
Yeah,
Call of
that's
Duty.
You didn't even play it at that point. You just voted
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
I'd say Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And Call of
That's
Duty's
very-
always had some pretty good sound
Good
design. The
audio.
sounds in those
Yeah.
games are great. I mean, the guns all sound good and shit.
Mhm.
But I voted for Silent Hill 2. It might be Black Ops 6 that'll win that one. I don't know.
And I don't think it's gonna win, but I actually voted Hellblade 2 on this one because the sound design in that game was like pretty brilliant. I thought,
The-
like in terms of the voices
Yeah,
going
the
on.
first Hellblade had
Yeah,
great
was-
sound design.
yeah,
It did.
and the immersion was very good. So
Yeah, so maybe that one.
all right, next, best performance from an actor. We had Brianna White played Aerith in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hannah Tell played in Life is Strange Double Exposure. Humberly Gonzalez played in Star Wars Outlaws. He's the main character in that. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2. And Melina Jurgens from Hellblade 2. So another Hellblade 2 one.
Luke Roberts.
Luke Roberts
Luke
for Silent
Roberts.
Hill 2.
I think he will win that one, to be honest. Like, I think that's actually a win.
Yeah, I think that is very probable. I did pick Brianna White because I like Aerith, so. Okay, on to the next one. Innovation and accessibility. We can be quick on this one. I don't even know. Do we want to do innovation and accessibility? Like,
Nah,
we're
we
not.
already-
We're not really
Well,
disabled.
actually, which one had the best colorblind support?
Oh, that's a good question.
We need to know.
I do suffer from that.
I picked Diablo 4, but I don't know in terms of colorblind support.
Silent Hill 2. I mean, they made my life
Silent
easier.
Hill 2 is not.
It wasn't
the
even on
list.
there.
Damn it!
Yeah, there was Black Ops 6,
I'd imagine
Diablo
Call
4,
of Duty probably.
Dragon Age, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaws.
I think I vote for Dragon Age.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Dragon Age probably win that one.
Okay.
Call of Duty.
I think Call of Duty has a shot.
What's the
Although-
next one?
Next one is Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning. I don't think we played any of these. Although I did play
This isn't the
Hellblade
right
2.
audience.
The Woke Award?
Yeah, this isn't the right audience for.
Awards.
I did play
skipped that. I
Hellblade
didn't even- I don't
2.
think I
Yeah.
voted for this.
So I
I'm
voted
in.
that.
I'm very pro social meaning, but if you guys want to skip, I know you guys are.
Well,
No, go
let's
ahead.
just-
Go ahead.
I don't make anybody offended.
I'll go with the
go ahead,
games, but I can't say anything. There is Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Senwa Saga, Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kenzera Zhao.
Life is Strange. They always do a good job.
Yeah,
speaking-
yeah. I've
There you
heard
go.
Life is Strange.
Life is
pretty-
Strange.
Pretty woke. So.
They're very not woke, but they're very pro people enjoying their own lives.
Okay,
So
there we go. All right. Best ongoing. So this is for games that have ongoing support. So they're
Baldur's Gate
mostly
3.
multiplayer games. We had Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
um,
I think I would like to see Helldivers 2 win, but I know there was some controversy that occurred. I think every year, like, No Man's Sky has been on this list of like nominees, and I've pretty much voted for No Man's Sky every time. So I was kind
Yeah.
of surprised not to see him this time. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty
I
sure
think
they were
there's
always on this
another
list.
category that's very similar. That's like best community support, and I think that they're on that one. So there's like two categories for it.
But yeah,
But yeah,
I
Helldivers 2
think I
is
might
good.
have voted for Helldivers, but I
Yeah.
don't think they'll win. It'd probably be like Fortnite or some shit that'll win.
I think Fortnite. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I voted Diablo 4 because I heard the expansion was pretty good in it, and the seasons have been fun. I think I haven't really played it, but since it came out, but Diablo 4 is my pick. All right, next one. Best community support. This is the one I was talking about. So this one has Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. So this is probably the one you were thinking of, Jared.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Community support. I would say probably Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm changing my vote to Baldur's Gate 3.
Whoa! You change your votes?
Yeah, changed it from Helldivers 2 to Baldur's Gate 3.
Well, for best community support, I mean, like fucking Baldur's Gate was like dropping hot fixes and shit like back to back to back. Like their like updates were
huge updates.
super fast.
Yeah.
So I mean, I mean they added content and things like that. So I mean, maybe it's stuff that should have been in the game already, sure, but the fixes and things like that were all pretty quick. So
yeah,
I think they did a really good job at that.
I'd agree. Okay, next is we had best indie game. There was Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50.
Did anyone actually play any of these?
I played Balatro
Animal
and I
Well.
really liked it, so I voted Balatro.
I put a little bit of Animal Well.
Yeah, I vote for Animal Well.
Animal Well?
I think I voted for Animal Well.
Okay.
I don't know which one I think will win though, but
Yeah, I do think Balatro is gonna win this one, but you never know.
Well, they got a tough matchup in the next one.
Next one is, what is it? Best debut? Yeah, best debut indie game, which is the first game from the studio. So we have, again, it's Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. I went Balatro again.
I want Animal Well again.
I don't think I voted for this one.
Okay.
Me neither.
All right, I think we're about done with the ones.
The next one was the one I was talking about.
Oh, best mobile game. Okay, yeah, this one's interesting. We have AFK Journey. Balatro did make its way to mobile. There's Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I
Easy
picked
money.
Pokemon.
I think I voted Pokemon on this one, but I feel like Zenless Zone Zero will probably win just because of the whales.
I haven't really played any of these other. I mean, Balatro, I played on PC. I don't know how well it would be on mobile. I feel like it's better, PC. But I can see why it's on mobile too. But yeah, I've enjoyed what I've played of Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. But yeah, I can't really speak to the other ones as much. So Jared, you went Zenless Zone Zero?
I mean, that's that. I think that one will win just because
Yeah.
it's one of those. It's a gotcha game, isn't it?
Would not
I
surprise
know
me.
I know one person who plays that game, but I haven't heard
Okay.
anybody that plays the other games besides Pokemon. But that's relatively new, as far as I know.
Yeah, it is.
Been out for like a month or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like at this point, Zenless Zone Zero is probably got a lot more people behind it.
Good. It's a good choice. Okay. Best VR, AR. Do we care about this one too much? Did anybody really
Nope,
play
skip.
VR? Okay, we'll skip the VR.
Wait, what were the nominees on that?
There was Arizona Sunshine remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening.
I think I voted for Metal Hellsinger on that one. Just 'cause
Okay.
I mean, I like the base game, but yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think I've ever played base game either. But I know I like the
Pretty
Batman Arkham games, so I would probably
It's a
go
rhythm
with-
game, but it's like, it's basically like Doom meets a
Okay.
rhythm game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. All right, next category we have best action game. For the best game in
Call
the
of Duty.
action general. Call of Duty is on there. Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2.
Call of Duty, easy win.
Call of Duty for action game. I did not play Black Myth Wukong, so I can't speak, but I believe I heard that it does have pretty good action and combat. And the same with Stellar
Yeah,
Blade,
I think
too.
Black Myth. I think
Yeah.
that game probably has a lot of Souls people behind it.
Yeah.
So that one might be pretty high up there on the possibility of winning. Call of Duty, obviously, I mean, it's always got a lot of people behind it. I don't even know if I voted for this one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might have voted Helldivers too, just because. I don't know if I would say it's better than any of the other ones as far as like the gameplay. I mean, because it's pretty. I mean, it is fun to play, but I mean, it's not like varied. I mean, you're doing the same thing constantly, so.
That is true. Alright, and then the next category is similar, but we're adding adventure into it. So it's best action/adventure game. And this one we have Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I picked Astrobot for this one.
Yeah, I think I picked Astrobot too.
I voted Silent Hill 2 because I did on everything that it was nominated for.
Yeah.
But I feel like I didn't hear much about Legend of Zelda, but that one, I don't know, it's Zelda.
I played
so
through
I feel
it and
like
beat it.
Pointing that up now.
It was
You're
fun.
going crazy.
It had like that whole echo mechanic was interesting, but it got a little bit cumbersome on it. But yeah, it was good as a Zelda game. It was pretty good. But yeah, I went Astrobot. On to the next one. We've got Best RPG for the best game design with rich player character customization and progression. We had Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Retreat, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantasia. So a pretty stacked lineup here for RPG. And I picked Dragon's Dogma 2 because I think that game's cool.
What exactly was the what was the category exactly?
RPG, best RPG role playing game.
This best RPG.
Yeah.
I vote for Elden Ring. I actually hated Dragon's Dogma 2.
Really?
Yeah, it was so tedious. We can get it to our top 5. It might make an appearance on there as like honorable mention, but
okay.
It was not what I expected. But anyways, I voted for Elden Ring because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you don't make a character; it's Cloud. So I went to Elden Ring.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Elden Ring.
That's a good role playing one. In terms of like Elden Ring, because you can create your own character too, and so you can play that role. Where Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you're kind of locked into playing as Cloud or and that cast of characters.
Yeah.
Whereas like in Dragon's Dogma 2, that's kind of why I picked it, because you can kind of build your character how you want and be like that. But you can do that in Elden Ring too, and Elden Ring's really good too, so I can understand that one.
All right, almost wrapped up.
All right. Best fighting game. Did we get? There's Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, Marvel versus Capcom, Multiverses, Tekken 8. I picked Dragon Ball.
Yeah, if I picked any, it would be Dragon Ball. I think I picked Dragon Ball, but I didn't play any of them.
Yeah, just because I know the series, Dragon Ball. I think I like Dragon Ball series.
Only other thing I voted on was multiplayer.
Let me guess, COD.
Yeah, COD.
I like how we had to check. We had to look.
COD was not up for that category, by the way. Okay. Okay.
Multiplayer?
No, it was not best multiplayer. It was what was that?
I know. I said the.
Yeah, he was just saying that was the only other one he's voted on.
Oh, okay. Best family game. I voted for Astrobot on that one. There was Plucky Squire, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and Princess Peach. So very Nintendo heavy in there. But I went Astrobot.
Actually, most anticipated I voted on as well.
GTA 6. It's like coming out next year,
Okay,
anyways.
on to the next one. I voted for Unicorn Overlord for both sim/strategy game. I didn't play that one, and I did play Age of Mythology Retold, and I really liked Age of Mythology Retold, and I played Frostpunk too. But I heard Unicorn Overlord was pretty good, and I wanted to give it some love, so I just picked that one. Okay, on to the next one. Best sports racing. Really weird to me that NCAA football did not make this list, and I don't understand why. Like over NBA 2K25, EA Sports FC 25, Formula 1 24. Like, was NCAA really not that good?
I think people were bitching about the simulation. Like,
Okay.
like a lot of people were complaining about that. I don't know if they ever got fixed, but
I don't like that they didn't have like fucking couch co-op for the fucking franchise like they used to.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Any game that doesn't have like a couch co-op option, I think is kind of trash.
No, they did have a couch co-op
That's like
option.
a problem that's been going on for
And
like a while though.
I told you guys that it did, but you guys didn't want to play it, so couch co-op.
No, it didn't.
It's kind of clunky, but yeah, you can do it in Madden too. I figured out how you can do it. It's just kind of clunky.
No,
You gotta have like two
couch co-op.
PlayStations in the room or something like that. Like,
No,
turn
it's
both
not
on,
that.
load the
No,
game up, and-
no, you have to. Yeah,
You
it's
just get 4 PlayStations and then
No,
hook
that's
them
not
all
it.
up to internet.
all right. We're gonna move on, but
I'm just kidding.
it's definitely
Sorry,
possible
damn it, Jared.
because I've seen it.
I know. I was just making a joke. It was a bad joke. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
best multiplayer. Eric said Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and I should add that to your list of expert. Like Eric's the multiplayer expert here in the group, I think. Although I mean,
well,
you guys, Brett
all he
and
plays.
Jared plays multiplayer too, but
It's mostly what I play is multiplayer games. to be
yeah,
honest.
so you can be a
Oh, yeah.
multiplayer
I know.
expert too.
Why do you sound bitter, Brett?
No, because I mean, how you? Never mind. I won't get into it.
Yeah.
Like single player.
I mean, you're missing out on tons of games if you're just focusing on multiplayer.
Dude. Okay. No, you're right. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Like I said, I didn't want to get into
I
it.
just don't care about those tons of games.
So which one,
Majority
Jared,
of 'em.
would you go with between Call of Duty, Helldivers 2, Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine?
For multiplayer?
Yeah.
I do not like Call of Duty. The only one that I liked is probably Black Ops 1, but I think I did actually vote for this one, and I do expect that one to win.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably got a good chance. Although Helldivers 2 is pretty good, so.
It's the only one I've
I
gotten
like-
into
yeah, I like
since
Helldivers
like
too.
yeah, that's the only Call of Duty I've gotten into since like Modern Warfare 2. So it's been a while.
Okay, I can speak to this next one because I saw most of these. We had best adaptation of a video game into television. We had
Fallout.
Arcane, based off of League of Legends. We had Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza, and Tomb Raider Legend of Lara Croft. I did watch Arcane, Fallout, and Knuckles. And yeah, I think Fallout's gonna win, but Arcane was very good too. I felt like season 2 was rushed a little bit, but it was still pretty excellent. And I would recommend anybody to go watch that one too. And Knuckles was for kids. It's fun to watch, but yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it to people too much. But
Isn't Last of Us coming back soon?
I'm sure there will be
yep.
eventually a
Beginning
season
of
2.
25. They already finished
Oh,
filming.
month.
I think next month.
Oh, really?
Okay.
About January, February.
And the last one we're gonna get into is most anticipated game. So we've got Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotai, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really
GTA.
anticipating Ghost, but GTA is gonna win this. Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I think GTA is going to
Yeah,
win too. even though I only have games coming out next year.
Yeah, I would be
So if
surprised
that,
also.
I just highly doubt it. It might get a release date for 2025, but Rockstar always pushes their games back after initial release date.
Mhm.
Could be wrong, but that's my hunch. I voted for the new Ghost of Tsushima game.
Ghost of Yotai.
Yeah,
What about Death Stranding 2 on the beach?
I'll buy it, but
Yeah.
I know how much Jared hates that game, so I don't want to upset him.
Okay.
So he
Is
just
this
doesn't
true?
understand
Is this
Kojima like
true,
that.
Jared?
I don't
You hate
understand
Death
Kojima,
Stranding?
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually like rage quit out of it.
Wow.
It was rough to watch.
Rage quit.
Man,
I
we
fucking
should have been streaming
just
for
got
that.
bored.
Yeah, it looked pretty boring to me. I didn't actually
is,
touch
it
it.
is.
Yeah, I beat it.
Okay.
I
It looked
liked
like a
it.
walking simulator. I don't know what the hell's going on in that game.
Do you don't understand Kojima either?
Can you explain the story to us, Brett?
Yeah, explain it.
Oh, that
If
might
you don't
take more
understand
time
what
than
the
we
fuck-
have.
BTs.
if you don't understand him and what he's trying to tell you, I can't help you with that.
What were you dragging around? I don't know. I was watching you play it that one day.
Yeah. I pre-ordered it. Yeah, that was what
Were you like dragging a balloon around or something? I don't fucking remember.
balloon. No, you deliver packages. You can ride like a motorbike and stuff, and the soundtrack's pretty good.
Oh yeah, packages. Yeah, you're delivering packages.
Man,
It
that
was
balloon.
Amazon
You're
simulator.
walking for like an hour, fucking dragging
Amazon.
packages around.
I'm like, dude.
Amazon
I'm like,
What is this?
I'm like, dude. Isn't this game so much fun? It was. You're like, what? I'm like, my fingers are shaking from holding down the left and right.
L2 and R2 to like
Yeah.
stabilize.
Yeah, just stabilize the whole time. I'm like smiling at him, like sweating.
Wow.
Like I'm gonna do
Amazing
this
game
for, like,
mechanics.
25 minutes. I'm like, dude, this is so much fun. But yeah,
Okay. Do we think Metroid Prime 4 is coming out next year?
I think I voted Metroid Prime 4 because honestly, this is going to be a hot take, but that's the only like Nintendo game that I've given a shit about for like years.
Okay.
Was Metroid.
except for Majora's Mask, huh?
Okay, but there's not Majora's Mask 2. I'm talking about the series.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for Metroid, but I don't know if that's coming out this year though. We'll see.
Okay.
GTA's gonna win this though.
Yeah, I think so. And I think
100%,
that's going to
yeah,
be
GTA's
it for the categories. Yeah, because now we're getting into Content Creator of the Year and stuff, and I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
I don't.
You didn't
really-
want to do the esports?
I only have a half hour left.
do
so we gotta
you-
get moving.
if you want to say something, best esports game?
I was
Thank
joking.
you, Jared.
Oh, okay.
I figured none of us cared about the esports. That's the only reason why I said that.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
care about the esports.
I watched
Apex,
StarCraft,
that's it.
but that one's not going to be on these lists, so.
But we were watching Gran Turismo, Jared. We were watching that.
Dude, I thought that was real, dude.
No.
I didn't know it was Gran Turismo until it was too late.
Okay. Our
If
next...
Gran Turismo's in there, then
yeah.
I'd say Gran Turismo.
Sorry. Yeah, Gran Turismo. I would say StarCraft if I could say that, but that's a really old game, so. All right.
Phase. How about Phase?
Who's your favorite team on there? Yeah.
I don't know the teams.
Oh.
Ooh, Eric's talking shit. He's like, he's not esports.
I mean, do you
Yeah,
have
real fan.
what's your favorite team on there?
The Dragons.
Oh, my Apex team. I like Moist. Team Moist.
They're not on the they're not up for nominated.
Oh, I know they're not. That's why I said I didn't vote on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you buy a jersey, Eric? Do you buy a Team Moist jersey?
Team Moist, yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
You gotta
Next.
support your team.
Yeah. Team
Alright.
Moist. There you go.
All right.
All right,
Alright,
so
on
next
the
on our
next
list, really quickly, I'm gonna go over. So I went on to OpenCritic, and I'm just gonna go down the top 10 best games that were on OpenCritic here real quick. I'm just gonna list them off. Astrobot was actually the definitive #1 critically rated game at 95. Number 2, tied for number 2, was Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree and Vampire Survivors: Ode to Castlevania with 94. So those are both DLCs or expansions, I guess. And then you had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at 4 with the 93. Metaphor ReFantazio at 5 at 92. And some game I've never heard of. Some Japanese gotcha game probably. Tsukimi, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. Uh, and then Balatro coming in at number 7. Destiny 2, The Final Shape at number 8.
Yep. Like a
91.
waifu simulator.
Oh, for Tsukima, blue piece of blue glass moon.
Suki, $5. Sorry.
Holy shit, Jared, relax. Oh my god.
Delete that.
Dude, are you drinking?
Yeah, but not enough to have like used that as an excuse.
Let me grab a beer.
Yeah, grab a beer. Grab a Guinness. Is there any Guinness left?
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, number 9 was Satisfactory. I don't know what that game was. And then number 10 was Fate / Stay Night Remastered.
No.
And I don't know what that game is. So that was your top 10 games on OpenCritic.
And that was on OpenCritic, you said?
Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna go on to our own individual top games. So we'll start with our number 5 games, or do we want to start with our number 1 games?
I don't even know if I have 5 games, to be honest. Like, I haven't played very many new games this year.
Okay, well, let's start at 1 then, and then we'll go down from there. So I guess I'll go first. My number 1 game of 2024 was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I played like 200 hours of this game, and it really helped me get through some sad times where I was unemployed in my life. And yeah, so I was able to put a lot of hours into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is good because that game was huge. I put like 200 hours into it because there were so many like side quests and stuff. I beat most of the side quests like on the hardest, like the highest challenge that you could get, and I got most of that. I still have to beat the game on hard mode in order to get the platinum trophy. The platinum trophy is very hard to get. It was very hard in the remake too, but Rebirth is even harder, I think. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to get to hard mode eventually before part 3 comes out, and I'll see if I can platinum part 2, but it's gonna be a challenge for sure. Okay, who wants to go next? Eric, what's your number 1 game?
I'm gonna start with my number 5.
Oh, okay.
And that's Last of Us 2 Remastered.
Really? Did you play Last of Us 2 Remastered?
Oh yeah, I bought it. It was like a $10 upgrade.
Oh, okay. Did you notice the difference?
Well, yeah, I got the PS5 Pro.
Oh,
now,
very cool.
Oh.
So yeah, it looks real good on there.
Nice.
But yeah, yep.
See, now personally,
That's my number 5.
I mean, it's a good game. Last of Us Part 2 was. I personally didn't really like Last of Us Part 2. But the part that really bothers me is I don't even think that Last of Us Part 2 needed a remake because it already looked really good. Or I mean, not a remake, but a remaster. Like, why was the studio taking their time and doing that when it didn't really need? There's other games that would be much cooler if they had remasters than that. It just didn't need it.
Well, I got another cool one higher up on the list. So.
Okay.
One that needed it. So.
Jared, you can go with your number 1. I did my number 1 game. Eric did his number 5 game. Okay, Jared, which one do you
might
want?
have
I did this. Yeah.
5 games, maybe. I just I don't know when or how many. All right, I'll do my number 5. I'd say
Poor Scott.
what? I'll do number 5. He did number 5.
Yeah.
Or did you do your number 1?
I did my
number
number
1.
1.
Silent Hill 2. There you go.
Silent Hill 2 was your 1?
Yep.
I could see that coming. There was a lot of you saying Silent Hill 2 in the Game Awards nominations. So
Yes.
That's pretty cool. And you played the
Free
original too,
times,
right?
I've put like 60 hours into it. Like it's the only
Yeah.
game I've really cared to play as much as I have.
That's cool.
That's not like a multiplayer game that you just pick up and play.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to seeing more of Brett's stream of it. I liked the part 1, and I liked your input, Jared, on it because you're an expert in it. So that was very good, I thought.
Wait till that's part 2
Yeah.
in the opening. I get that called out.
Yeah. So definitely, I think it's cool. I
Scott,
can't
you
wait
made
to
an
see
appearance
Pyramid
part
Head,
2.
and then we can see. Like I did play Resident Evil 4 remake, and I really liked the original Dead Space too. I didn't play Dead Space remake, but I like those types of games, so I probably should check out Silent Hill 2. Okay, Brett, you can do your number 1 or your number 5.
I'll do number 1.
Okay.
So my game of the year for 2025 or 2024 came down to Astrobot and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And thinking about more, I am gonna go with Rebirth as my game of the year. Even though I vote for Astrobot for the Game Awards, it's gonna be cool to see that game win. Listen to you, Scott, talk about like your experience with it, and then thinking back, I put a lot more hours into that game. Got really obsessed with it, a lot to do. So, long story short, I had the most fun with that game,
Yeah.
and that's a game I'm gonna go with as my game of the year.
Nice. I definitely agree. There were some complaints from people I know that, and even myself, some of the like it was a really big game, and some of the side quests were very tedious and long, as we mentioned before. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I put in a ton of hours in that game, and I mean, I just enjoyed playing it for the most part. I think they did a good job with a lot of the mini games, and this part in the original Final Fantasy VII too, talking with your friend Colin, friend of the show Colin that made our logo, who's a big Final Fantasy VII whiz, and he was saying that the mini games and stuff were a heavy part of the original too, and I think it's cool that they kind of went that direction with it, and did the mini game heavy there that way too.
Yeah, and Queen's was it Queen's Blood?
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, the
That
card
was
game.
fun. That was a fun game.
Mhm.
Yeah, I won't get too much into it, but yeah, that was a fun thing to do, and yeah. So
Yeah, that was not from the original game either. That was just an original side quest mini game that they made, and they had like a whole story involved with it too, which was very cool.
yeah, very cool.
Okay.
All right, Scott, number 2.
My number 2 game, which is controversial for some of you guys, is gonna be Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree. And I picked this game even though it's technically considered a DLC, but I picked it because I put like 100 more hours into this. I basically thought it could have been Elden Ring 2, and I mean, the new map zone they had was massive for it. They added a ton of new cool weapons and combat styles that you could go with. They added like 30 new bosses in there, and what really struck me is the final boss of this game was horribly difficult, the most difficult boss I've ever played in any game before. It took me a week to beat the final boss of Shadow of the Erdtree. Just like stopping and starting playing sessions, and it's like,
Sounds miserable.
why did I put myself through that? And it's like, okay, it must have been pretty good if I stuck with it, and I actually did beat this crazy hard boss. And you know what? I feel very accomplished. There was no platinum with the Shadow of the Erdtree, but I mean, I basically, in my mind, I know I
Yeah, they didn't have
platinumed
any
it.
trophies at all for that, did they?
I don't think so, yeah.
No.
There was like no achievements for the DLC.
And I enjoyed playing it with Brett and Jared. We did our little PvP sessions. That was fun.
I'm still the champion. Let you guys know.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go on to Eric. What's your number 4 game?
Well, I'm gonna give you my number 4 and my number 3.
Oh, okay.
So coming in at number 4. Shit, now I lost track of which was 4. I think 4 was NCAA, which could have been higher, but like I said earlier, it didn't have the fucking co-op I was looking for. And then number 3, I had Final Fantasy, which you guys have all spoken
Okay.
already.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. And yeah, but I feel like NCAA football still should have been in the Game Awards nominees. I feel like it got snubbed in the sports category. Like I just got to say that again, but because I did play the 10-hour trial of it, and I've watched streaming like of that game, and it seems like it was pretty good compared to a lot of the other sports games. But I don't know.
On the breakdown.
What's that? Oh, do you have something to say?
Brett, will you move your fucking camera, please? Dude.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at? I'm not seeing.
It's
Brett, what are you doing?
The first. I'm sorry. The first angle was really funny. I don't know.
It was not funny. My God.
To me.
Has it been this way the entire time?
No.
Oh, it just okay.
No, not the entire time, but long enough. Oh, dude, why'd you get him out of there, dude?
Edger, go ahead.
Okay. Number 2 for Jade.
My number 2. I started with number 1, right?
Yeah, you said Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
My number 2 for the year was probably. God, I forgot Dead Space came out this year.
That was this year?
Are you sure about that?
Was it?
It was not. It was last year.
I don't. You mentioned it earlier, and I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I'm like, did it come out this year?
Yeah, I think that was last year.
Because that was gonna like make me like reconfigure my list. My number 2. Holy shit.
He's not even prepared, Scott. Just skip him.
Yeah, it was January 27th, 2023.
It'd probably be
last year.
number 2 this year would probably be Space Marine 2. I had a lot of fun playing
Okay.
that one.
That's cool. That's one.
Yeah, I like
You know,
that one.
it got reviewed a lot
Was that
better
that
than I
Warhammer
think
game?
expected.
What's that?
Yeah, it's Warhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a multiplayer game? I don't know. Shit.
It
Yeah.
is. It was up for that in the Game Awards nominees. So yeah, that's pretty good. All right.
I already
Brett?
kind of mentioned my number 2. So it's Astrobot.
Astrobot, yeah.
Funny game. Got the platinum in it. Really enjoyed it. Even doing like the speed runs were cool. I got all the bots. I got all of them. I did all the speed runs. I got the. I went into the Astrobot, the game that comes pre-downloaded on your PS5. I went back and got those remaining bots as well. So I think I have all 300. I think it's 17.
Oh, that's
Could be
cool.
wrong, but something like that. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Couldn't put it down. So yeah.
Did you
That's
play
a
any
good
of the speedrun levels that they've released?
I beat all of them. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't done the speedrun levels for the new Astrobot. I did play Astra's Playroom. I did though, but yeah, I haven't done.
Yeah, I know
the new
that.
ones yet. Yeah, you were texting me and you're like, Scott,
Like,
why
fuck
did
you,
you
Scott.
make it so hard for me to get this achievement?
I'm like, how does Scott get this? But hey, it's perseverance, man.
Yeah, I
Perseverance
enjoyed
is
playing
it.
those speedrun levels in the Astra's Playroom. So I should probably go and check out the Astrobot ones too.
Right. So you want number 3 now?
Yeah, so we'll go on to my number 3. My number 3 was Balatro, the card game. It's the roguelike, poker-like card game, which is just really, it's just really addictive. I would just recommend you guys play it, because it's 52 deck of cards. I mean, a lot of people are pretty familiar with like poker hands in terms of a pair, two pair, three of a kind, straight, flush, like all those things. But then the part that sets it apart are these joker cards that you get, which can help affect the game so that you'll get these huge point multipliers for like if you just were playing pair. And so you can actually then modify your deck so that you can get like five of a kinds, or maybe it'd be more beneficial if you just get a ton of pairs and you can actually like win a run by just playing a bunch of one pair, which is a terrible hand in normal poker, but in Balatro that can be really good. So I just thought that it was really cool game in the mechanics of it, and it was a single developer that developed it, and because he made a really cool game, he's now a millionaire. And then it's like, okay, well, congratulations. And I thought it was really fun. It's very simple, very fun game. It's number 3. Okay. Eric?
Am I going next?
Well, yeah, I guess
Oh.
Eric already did his number 3. So, yeah, we'll go to Jared for
I'll
your
do
number 3.
I could do my number 2.
Okay.
So my number 2 was Horizon Zero Dawn remastered.
Whoa.
Another
And this
remaster.
game was actually this remaster was actually really good for this game because it actually did kind of need it. Because I don't know if you remember, the original Zero Dawn was actually pretty not polished in the cutscenes and shit. Especially the lips weren't syncing with the fucking people talking. But even besides that, though, it looks like a hell of a lot better. Probably looks better than Forbidden West now at this point. So
Wow. So you're happy that this game got a remaster? You think that, after playing the remaster, you think, okay, yeah, I understand why this game needed a remaster. Feel like
no,
it was
yeah,
worth
it
the time.
actually,
Yeah.
it was actually a lot. It was a much bigger improvement on it than The Last of Us 2 was for sure. But yeah, no, I really actually could use the remake. So
Okay.
and it was only $10 too. If you already
Okay,
own
can't
the
beat
game,
that.
so
It's a good value.
it's not like they charge you full price for it. So.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my number 2.
Jared, you're number 3.
What am I on, number 4?
You're on 3.
Okay, number 3.
Yep.
So my number 3 would probably be Helldivers 2.
Okay.
That's what Helldivers 2.
It's a good one. So I did not play Helldivers 2, but did you play it with Brett much, or was it?
Brett, do you even have that game?
No, Jared's trying to get me to buy it, and I told him,
Oh.
nah.
Really?
So
I mean, yeah,
I was too late
I
to
feel
the
like it
game.
would be fun.
I was too late. I'm like, yeah. So I was playing Rebirth as well.
Okay.
So it's like,
it did come out around that time.
yeah, it came out 2 weeks before Rebirth, so I just chose, Rebirth over that basically.
I think a cool thing I heard about Helldivers 2 is that sometimes the developers would actually be in a hosted game and almost be like a dungeon master type of thing and be putting in catering the difficulty towards how well players are doing a little bit, just to make the game more or less challenging for people depending on how they're doing, which I thought was kind of cool that they were doing that with their game. I thought that made it kind of unique.
Yeah, I heard they were doing something with there would be strikes that would happen that maybe people didn't call in, but they would get dropped in or whatever. But it's something like that. But I don't know if I ever experienced that, but I did hear about that.
Okay. Brett, your number 3.
Number 3 is gonna be Dragon Age Veilguard. I've liked the Dragon Age franchise from what I played. Veilguard, I would say I'm maybe like halfway through the main story. I've been focusing on side quests. Um, I'm not saying it's a perfect game, but I didn't include the Shadow of the Earth Tree in my top 5 for
Yeah.
DLC reasons. So
You just
signed
don't
this here.
think that even if it feels like it's a full new game, you just don't think that it should be included because
Because you
technically
got
it's
you got to
yes.
buy the base game. You have to buy the base game first, and it's like buying Elden Ring all over again. You couldn't buy this game separate, so that's why
That is a
I don't want to count that.
argument that you could make.
But I did.
Yeah.
I beat the Shadow of the Earth Tree. I enjoyed my time with it. Like exactly what you said, Scott. Us 3 playing it, me, you, and Jared.
Yeah.
But that would be probably slot number 3, without that criteria. But yeah, I'm putting Dragon Age there. I'll have a better review of it once I'm done with it. But it's fun.
Oh, are we gonna?
It's fine.
You gonna start back up the Worth the Dip?
If the audience wants it, comment below.
Oh, there you go. You heard him.
How many comments you trying to get on
I'm not
that?
asking much. I need 3.
3 comments for.
Yep.
We want Worth the Dip. Comment. We want
want
Worth the
Worth the Dip
Dip,
to
and
come back.
we'll get it.
I'll go out and buy the ranch dressing and the carrots.
Yeah.
Just let me know if you need it.
There we go.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay. I do want to get Dragon Age the Veil. I was looking forward to this game all year, and then I got scared because I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like it because I heard that the characters are like
Woke.
It's woke, Scott.
is
You'll hate it.
it
It's last
woke?
weekend. You'll hate it.
Disneyfication, like, I
You'll
mean,
hate that other people
Disney
are
is
doing what
not
they wanna do.
necessarily
You'll hate
being
it.
woke, but I mean, it's just like,
You'll hate it. See,
I don't know.
if
It's
you're
not
gonna
the
hate it,
Dragon
remember
Age.
that.
The Dragon Age Origins is my favorite Dragon Age game, and I really liked. It was more Baldur's Gate style, top down, where you got your party and you had your campsite that you could talk to everybody at, and I really like those characters, and it's just a different Dragon Age now because it's been so long. It's different people working on it, and it just the art direction is weird.
Scott, I think
So
I
yeah,
think you're
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
passing on a vow, Scott, if you don't like Dragon Age for that reason.
I hope not. I hope Avowed is good, but I like the Outer Worlds, so and it's the same developer.
All right, what's number 4? I got like 10 minutes.
Okay, so for me, number 4 was Astrobot. But Brett, you already spoke to that, and I kind of spoke on that too. I did get the platinum on it. I didn't go and get all 317 bots, but I did most of what there was to do in that game, and I really enjoyed my time with it. Okay, on to the number. What? Number. Well, we'll go to Jared for his number 2. We'll wait for Eric's number 1 for later.
I wasn't.
What?
I wasn't. Stop. You're embarrassing me in front of all my friends.
Jared,
No, it was
what's your number 2?
4, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, number
Yeah,
4.
yeah,
You're
number
on.
four.
Yeah, you're on the same as me. Yeah. So yeah, number 4.
There's
So for me, number 4 would be
No, I thought that's what you said.
Shadow of
You
the
say you're an ass.
Oh,
Shadow?
I'm an ass. Can't even show her.
Okay.
I thought she was like, ew, you ripped ass.
ripped ass.
Oh, yikes.
I did.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
too much
Now,
information.
Eric's gotta go poop.
Okay.
All right.
I thought he was going to show us something.
There's the 4 of us.
Oh.
We're live streaming. Stop.
Um.
Good, Jared.
I already said mine. You weren't listening.
Shadow of the
Oh,
Earth Tree, right?
All right, number 4 for me. I think I'm up next. Is gonna be Silent Hill 2.
Silent
And
2
only
at number 4.
That's only having 2 hours into the game.
Hours in the.
But I could tell. I think this is gonna be a game I really enjoy.
Okay,
I'm glad to hear that.
that's good.
But, yeah, I'm having fun so far playing it. Even though I know I'm pissing Jared off during the playthroughs, I'm not everything, but yeah, I'm enjoying my time with it and get to see it. I bought it late, so I was now playing it, but yeah.
Okay. My number 5 game is Zelda, Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Oh, I was getting some weird feedback there. Okay, but yeah, I picked Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom as my number 5 game. Uh, I played through it and I beat it. I normally don't play Zelda games. I didn't play Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, but I know that the podcast group that I listened to was doing like a community discussion on it, and my brother was playing through it at the same time. And so I was like, you know what? I've got a Nintendo Switch that Eric kind of lended me because he got the Switch OLED, I think, so he had it available. And so yeah, I made
You may be
use
the
of
friend,
that
yes, Scott.
Switch,
Switch.
and I enjoyed Echoes of Wisdom. It's a cool little top-down Zelda game. I think it's a really good family game, and it could win the family game of the year in the Game Awards. But Astrobot is a pretty good game in that category too. Okay, so that's my number 5. Jared, did you have a number 5?
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade. Pretty good. Did you end up beating it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I've beat it twice.
Oh wow. So you liked it pretty well then. Yeah.
I just like over the top action games.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Dragon's Dogma 2 because it has to be. But
Because it has to.
Because
Because that's the
I
fifth.
really hated it.
You played 5
I
games
fucking
this
hated
year.
this game.
I don't understand where the quests were. Maybe
That's
I'm
so
too
fun.
dumb to understand it. The character creation was cool. I spent a lot of time doing that, but the repetitiveness of the 3 different types of enemies in the open world, like always getting, mopped from them, and it just wasn't for me. I'll say that.
Okay.
And I really tried getting into it. I bought the Steelbook edition for it.
Wow.
Maybe I'll give her a chance in the future, but I just could not get into it, and I wish there was a multiplayer component to it. But I understand that game isn't. I understand that's not what it is. You gotta use a pawn system, but yeah, I didn't. Yeah, this wasn't for me
Okay.
at this point. I only put in maybe like 20 hours into it, but because I was trying to like it, I just couldn't.
Okay. Now,
But it was better than Animal Well.
oh, better
I only
than
put in like
Animal.
a half hour to Animal Well, but
Oh.
I got support video game donkey, so shut up.
It was better than that half hour of Animal. You said you hated it, but you mean to tell me you
It
didn't
was
play like
better than a half
another
hour.
like more? You
No.
only played 5 games that came out this year.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play Plucky Squire. I didn't. I mean, you want to count Pentiment, but that came out before. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it was in
PlayStation this year.
2025.
I don't want to count that,
Yeah.
or else that would be my top 5 for sure. So yeah, I mean, dude, I have shit going on. I'm busy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. So we have one more person left to go. Eric, what was your number 1 game of 2024?
Oh, I'm the only guy who picked this game for top 5. So, Call of Duty. Black
Black
Ops
Ops
6.
6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How many
Playing the hell
hours
out of
do
that
you
game.
think
I
you have in
I
it?
think I already got like 200 hours on it.
200. Yeah, that's a pretty
What do
good
you
game then.
Is it mostly like the multiplayer? Is it just like the multiplayer or the zombies or?
Well, I've mostly been playing multiplayer. Yeah, I think I'm like Prestige 5 already, but I haven't really touched the zombies. I've done like 1 match of that, and then I haven't even touched Warzone at all. So
What about the
I haven't touched
campaign? You
either.
played that or?
No.
Oh.
I think you get some unlocks for it, so I might eventually go through it, but
Okay.
I don't really give a shit about the campaign that much. So
Hmm.
I like the multiplayer. So.
Okay.
Okay.
And they've already added like 3 or 4 maps already. So
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
the
All
only
right.
issue I got with the fucking game though is like the spawns are fucked. I need to fix that, but
Oh.
I'm hoping that'll come in like a later patch.
Like people can like camp the spawning points so they just like kill you immediately.
Yeah, like I pretty much only play domination, and like if you don't step on like, say we got C, and they come over by our spawn, and they don't
Oh.
step on C, they can like get behind us and just fuck us up from behind
Oh.
before we can even like move. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
You don't want to
fucked
get from behind like that.
Yeah, I don't want nobody behind me like that.
Yeah, getting fucked from behind. So
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, man. So, we don't like that.
Okay.
Jinkies.
So I know we've been doing it for a while, but we have one more section that we need to go over because early this year in January, we did a Fantasy Critic video game fantasy draft for Take Aim Games. Jared was not able to join us for this year's edition. Maybe he can do 2025, but if you want to. But it was just Brett and myself and Eric. And so we had a little bet that happened. As you can see, there are 3 team names here. Brett's team name was The Champ is Back Wolf Style. I went with Goaty Games Hopefully. And then Eric had Pancakes for Scott. And the whole thing was that whoever got last place would have to eat as many pancakes as they lost by. So the difference between second place and third place, whatever that is, the person in third place would have to eat that many pancakes. So we're going to start with the third place team. And it was Eric with 70.45 points. And then in second place, we had me with 149 points. So if you're following here, this means that Eric has to eat 79 and a half pancakes.
He's fucked. Oh, sorry.
So yeah, that's going to be
Sorry.
pretty
Yep, I'm
tough.
like,
So I don't know if that's humanly possible to eat 79 and a half pancakes. So we're going to maybe find a way to live stream him eating as many as he can at some point here
better be throwing up.
in the near future.
Eric, you can eat as many until it makes you throw up, and then I'll be satisfied. But it can't be a
either
forced
puke
throw
or
up.
79, whichever one comes
Yeah,
first.
it can't be a
Oh,
forced
yeah.
double trigger throw up. It has to be like natural.
I just keep shoving down pancakes, so I think that's forcing myself to throw up. But
Well, yeah, but you can't be like, ugh, I'm gonna fucking go to the bathroom and double trigger it, dude. I'm so cool. Like, no, you gotta be throwing up like on the table in your house. 'Cause we're not doing it at my house. So
all right, I'll throw up in your lap.
Okay. Nice. Just so it's not at me.
no, you can do that.
Okay, we're going to have to buy a lot of pancake mix though for this. It's going to be tough.
All right, Scott, go ahead and announce the number 1 team.
All right, yes. And then in first place, back-to-back defending champion, undisputed, is
Yep.
Brett Wolf with
Yep.
181.49 points.
You hear that on me? I'm
So
a winner.
congratulations on winning, Brett. So another interesting point that I thought there was is that my team actually only had 10 games released. Eric actually had the most games released with 13. So sometimes having the most games released isn't necessarily the winning formula. And then Brett had 12 games that released. So definitely what hurt me was there were 4 games that it was 4 games that I picked that didn't get a score because they either didn't come out or they came out in early access and didn't get a score. So that was unfortunate. So yeah, Avowed got delayed for me. Assassin's Creed Shadows got delayed. Beastie Ball came out in early access but didn't get a score, unfortunately for me. Yeah, okay, so there were just 3. Yeah, and then Dragon Age was counterpicked, so that's what that
Well, I think what
means.
catapulted myself into the win back to back was the bench pickups.
Yeah.
Astrobot,
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2. I think there's another third game that's like a bigger score.
Yeah,
so
you had
That was a bench pickup.
I put all my money on that Astrobot pretty much.
SteamWorld
And then I
Heist. Yeah.
So whoever plays or want to play a fancy card draft, be careful with your pickups. Like they
Was
can really
there
make or break a team.
Oh yeah, so you had
South Park
Microsoft
Snow
Flight
Day didn't
Simulators
do
up there.
too.
Yeah.
South Park Snow Day didn't do too hot for me.
No,
I
that
remember
was a rough one. Minus 10 points. That was tough.
Yeah, that game was looking rough anyways.
But yeah, Astrobot.
Kind of a
You
weak
just
year
outbid
overall,
me on
so.
it. I think
you put a lot of money into Legend of Zelda.
I did,
So
and it did
I'm
well.
putting my money in Astrobot.
I mean, yeah, but Zelda got 85 compared to Astrobot's 95, so that was it. So.
Well, that's a huge difference, though.
Yeah,
Once
it's
you start getting
15
into the
point.
90s,
Yeah, 15 points more.
That's when you start getting into the double points once you hit the 90s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't think Astrobot's gonna be a 95. I mean, you'd be lying
yeah,
if
it's
you
like
did.
20 points more. Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
that
15.
was huge, just to kind of pull away from the crowd.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Silent Hill 2 ended up being really good too. That was I think people were scared of Silent Hill 2 because of Bloober Team's reputation with their previous games. But they did a good job with Silent Hill 2, as Jared would tell you all. So all right, so that was it. That was so if you enjoyed paying attention to our fantasy draft, hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you did stick around to watch this entire thing, thank you very much. And please leave a comment letting us know that you want to see more content from us, because we definitely would like to see that people actually want to see us talk. And it's not just us just coming on and doing this for nothing.
Wasting our time.
Yeah. So that's would be cool. But yeah, I hope everybody has a really good night and enjoy the Game Awards show. Bye.